Okay, here I am again. So we have I wanted to address several things that I have questions that I've received. And the first one is for Kathy. Kathy, here is Fiona's Lace Mini. You're going to get me in trouble because I was supposed to send this off like a month ago. But here is the binding. I never finished part 4 of the binding for Fiona's Lace Mini. And what it was, let me just measure it out for you, was a piece of chipboard that was cut to about 1 3/4, okay? By, let's see, what is that? Excuse me. Hold on, let me see. 5 1/2. So 1 3/4 by 5 1/2. Then I punched holes with my crocodile. Punch your hole, let's see, about a 1/2 inch in. Yeah, 1/2 inch in from the edge. Punch your 3/16 hole at 3/4 to 3 5/8, and again at 4 3/4. Okay, and repeat the same thing over on the right side. Okay, and then you just glue it. I put tape on the back of it, some score tape on the back, and then adhered it to the spine, and which basically covers up the rings. And once again, I'm sending this to Fiona. I promise you, Fiona, I'm sending it to you today, tomorrow morning. I'm going to work on these tags. The only thing that stopped me from doing your whole box and sending your box were these stupid tags. I cannot believe I cannot get that done. So anyway, I'm going to make a commitment and do that tonight so you can have this and all your other goodies. So that's for Kathy Rook, I think, or Kathy. Anyway, that's for you. Okay, the comments on the Dylusions piece. Let me take the top off of here, the box. Wanting to know how to make the little cases. Here are the little cases for the figure that I did, okay? And how to make those. Really easy. It's a normal little box. Okay, and I'll walk you through that real quick. So to make one of the cases, and this is going to be the larger case, and you can go down from there. Oh, here's a ruler. You would have cut a 3x4 piece. So 2 3x4 pieces. So 3 inches by 4 inches. Okay. And then 2 pieces that are 1 inch by 3 inches and 1 inch by 4 inches. So 2 of each of those. Okay. And then if you know me, you know about my structure strips. If you don't, basically it's a piece of craft cardstock. Cut at 1 inch, scored in the middle at 1/2 inch, and a piece of score tape applied to each edge. About a little in from that little scored edge, okay? And then if you don't have score tape, you can use your ATG gun. Okay, so I'm going to get started making this box real quick. If I can find my pick, here it is. So I'm going to take my little pieces first. I'm going to take my 4-inch piece, the long piece, and I'm going to adhere it to the 1 inch by 4 inch strip. Okay, so I'm going to do that for each side of the bottom of the box, of the case. My 2 short sides, which are 3 inches. So I've got, on your structure strips, you want to cut 4 at 3 inches and 4 at 4 inches. Because you'll have to do the top and the bottom. So here's the 3-incher. And I'll take my bottom piece here, and I've got this camera right up in my face, so I can't see if you're seeing what I'm seeing. So really I would have started with the longer side first, but that's okay. And they're going to go and sit on the top edge. Okay. And of course I'm hurrying, and I would take my time with this. If I were you, and I would probably work from end to end, but I didn't. So it sits on the top, right? Okay, and once again, my 3-inch piece, like that, it sits on top. Am I too far out here? I'm sorry. I need to move this camera back this way a little bit, so hold on. Alright, and then the last one's a 4-inch piece here. Then we'll put on the little side pieces, and those are going to be, you're going to want 4 of those at 1 inch. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pull off both sides of it. Okay, and then I'm going to pull this up here into the corner. Place this down here, like that. Once again, this is purely decorative. It's not going to be a structure-bearing box. I mean, a weight-bearing box. And so I'm not looking for precision, really. Pull that in half. And that goes, yeah. Oops, there we go. Okay, and then the top sits on top, right? So I'm going to grab my other 4-inch pieces next. The long sides. Okay, I'm going to pull this on here first, like that. Once again, I'm going kind of quick. Take your time if you got it. Here's one of the 3 inches. Okay, so there's that. And then I'll go ahead and use this one even though I know it's too short. Just go ahead and put it on there just for the sake of saying I did it. Okay, I ran out of memory. I had to erase some of my videos. So anyway, what I was saying is that I just used that last structure strip there at 3 inches. Okay, so that's your case. Okay, so the next thing I did was I painted it, which I won't do. Then I covered it with paper, and I ripped this one up so I could show you how it works. But basically, this is just grunge paper, and the grunge paper has been cut at 1/4 inch. What I did was I stained it with vintage photo first, a fairly large piece, so it was easier for me to cut. So I, let's just say it was like a 2-inch piece, so I stained the 2-inch piece with vintage photo, and I did it on front and back, but you know what, you really don't have to do it on front and back, you can just do it on the front piece. Okay, and then I cut it at 1/4 inch, 2 pieces, and then I just took it and started it here at this front of the case here, and applied 1/8 inch score tape, 1/8 inch score tape to that first. So cut it, stained it, cut it, applied the 1/8 inch score tape to it, stuck it down here, brought it around, and brought it and stuck it down there, right? And then I cut it with my scissors right here at the end, and then kind of angled off and rounded off the little tips. Then I took my black fine tip Sharpie and drew the little holes for the for the latch. And then for the latch, I used these. Let me grab them real quick. If I can find them, let's see. Here they are. I think they're called trinket pins. It's Tim's Tim Holtz trinket pins, and they look like that. Right? You get a box of them of I don't know how many, and then I took my wire cutters. And when you do this, watch your face because they go flying everywhere. So I took it and I cut it right up next to it like that. Okay? See, it went across the room. And then that's what I used for the little buckle on the front. And that's, I think Shannon, I'll never forget Shannon saying, she said, I love the little buckles or those trinket pins, because I can't believe that somebody noticed it. And I'm so appreciative that she did, because that was one of my favorite things about the little cases. So that's those. And then for the little handle, I just took the rest of my 1/4 inch. Let me see if I can pull this up again. I took the rest of my 1/4 inch. Actually, I have a little somewhere. Here. I took my 1/4 inch piece of grunge paper that was stained, and I put a little hot glue action in the middle of it. And then I used these, and I love these because they came from Home Depot, and they are really strong, and you get like a whole, like 4 of them for like nothing. So I took it, I put the glue in there. I use it a lot. I use these a lot. And mainly this, let me show you. Let me see if I can show you how I use them. Let's see, this will go that way. For this, I told my tape. So anyway, they're wonderful just to put on your side of your little carousel, and it holds the tape really well. So anyway, so I did a little taco basically. Put the glue in there, put that on there, put this on there, and let it dry really good. Okay, and that's the handle. And then I put brads on. I cut it a little bit on each side of it, and put the little. Actually, I took the brad legs off, cut the brad legs off, and just glued them on. And here you don't see them, but here you do. Here's the brads. Once again, you can see the little brads on the handles, right here and right here. So those are just glued on. Okay, so that is how I made the case. So I hope that you work with that. I hope you do that. Okay, so the next thing we're going to cover tonight, real quick, was the Halloween wallet. Thank you so much for all your wonderful comments. Yes, this is exactly the same thing as the Graphic 45 one. Where am I? There I am. For the Graphic 45, it's a little bit thicker because of the Craft Reflections cardstock, and this buckle makes it a little bit thicker. This one is had people ask about the flowers mainly. Okay, the flowers are from my friend Xandra, who just always sends me the most incredible things ever. And I love her, and I appreciate her very much for doing that. So these are evidently from Petaloo, and they were the little Halloween flowers, little black flowers. Okay, these little trinket keys are from Martha Stewart. That's what came off the top of it. The back of it, it doesn't say much. Let me see if I throw on my glasses again. Skeleton Key Embellishments. So they're Skeleton Key Embellishments from the Martha Stewart collection. When I went to look online a while ago, it looked like scrapbook.com was out of these, but I actually bought these from Michael's, or actually I think I bought them from Archivers, and I had seen them at Michael's as well. So you might check those two places, and that's what these are. Somebody said that they thought that they look like little pins, and what they are actually little keys, the little acrylic keys, or little resin keys. And I stuck them down in there, and then applied one right here across the top. Okay, so, and then the little chipboard pieces, once again, Xandra, God bless her, or it was from the Teresa Collins collection, and it's this, okay, and this haunted piece was actually a larger piece that I cut down, and then I used my scalloped chomper, dilly mwomper on this one, this color one. Okay, to do the edges, and then I distressed it with actually Tim's distress pins on the edges to make it black. There we go. Okay, so that answers that question. So Petaloo, Martha Stewart for the keys, the chipboard pieces are Teresa Collins, and that is that. So oh, the paper. Once again, I picked up the paper. This was Mombi Sheets. What is it? My Bright Big Ideas. I don't remember what it, but it's well, let me go look. Let me see if I can get the cover real quick. I'm looking. Hold on. Here we go. The thing about excuse me. The thing about is it Me and My Big Ideas. The thing about them is they don't really have a name on it. They do have an item number, and the item number for this collection was Pad X220. And I looked this up again on their website and couldn't find it. So I don't know if it's just exclusive to Hobby Lobby or what, but it was $19.99, and with a coupon, it was half of that, actually 40% off of that. So that's what the cover of this looks like. And it's really a cool collection. It's a lot of fun. And I know some of you aren't into Halloween, so cover your eyes. But if you are, this is a wonderful collection. Okay? So that's what I used for the album. So that's it, you guys. And I hope y'all have a wonderful